Lando Norris was top of the charts in second practice on Friday, and he picked up where he left off in the final practice session of the weekend on Saturday morning. The McLaren man was quickest with a time of 1:16.098 around the Hungaroring in cooler, more muggy conditions than Friday's baking hot running. And Norris was backed up by his teammate Oscar Piastri, who was just a whisker slower in P2 to give McLaren a 1-2 in the last session before qualifying this afternoon. The fight for pole could once again be a McLaren versus Red Bull battle, with championship leader Max Verstappen 3/10 down on the benchmark time set by Norris, while Sergio Perez dropped back from his encouraging FP2 pace and finished down in P13. Mercedes have clinched victory in each of the past two Grand Prix, but expected to struggle a little more in the hot conditions of Budapest in high summer, and that seemed to bear out in final practice. The Silver Arrows were unable to keep up with the McLarens, with George Russell leading their charge in P4, almost half a second down on Norris. Lewis Hamilton took pole here last year but suffered a spin late on in this session as he chased more lap time before ending up P10 on the leaderboard. Ferrari topped the opening session in Hungary with Carlos Sainz quickest in FP1 and Charles Leclerc in third, in what was a very promising start to the weekend for the Scuderia. But in second practice, Charles Leclerc crashed early on and missed most of the hour, and things weren't looking good for the Maranello squad in final practice either. Sainz was again the leading car but could do no better than P5 after he and Nico Hülkenberg enjoyed a brief battle for track position on their warm-up laps. And Leclerc had another heart-in-mouth moment when he tackled turn 4 for the first time at full chat since his crash at that spot on Friday, before he finished the session down in P11. But if one Italian team was struggling, the other had a very encouraging session ahead of qualifying. V-Carb's Yuki Tsunoda finished second practice down in 19th place, but the Japanese racer wasn't worried, and it was clear why, when he finished well inside the top 10 in FP3. And things were even better in the other car, with Daniel Ricciardo an impressive P6, just ahead of the equally impressive Alex Albon in the Williams. So practice finishes with a McLaren 1-2, Norris ahead of Piastri, then came Verstappen, Russell, Sainz and Ricciardo. Albon was P7 ahead of Hülkenberg in the lead Haas, then Tsunoda and Hamilton in P10. Leclerc was P11, followed by Valtteri Bottas and Perez. The two Aston Martins of Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll were 14th and 15th, ahead of Logan Sargent in the second Williams. Zhou Guanyu was P17 ahead of Pierre Gasly, Kevin Magnussen and Esteban Ocon in P20.